We're here. Good morning. Today is going to be a max log attempt. I am 1.5 weeks out from Pennsylvania's strongest, and I'm very excited. There's a couple of more people that finally signed up in my division, so someone can actually lose. But I had a pretty disappointing deadlift session last week. I intend on redeeming myself this week. Not with like a max deadlift or anything like that, because you're too close to do something like that. But at least making sure that my log right now today is either matching my PR that I just did last week or just inching it a little bit more by like maybe about 5 pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and get that log out of there, get them pads out over onto the floor here, and we're gonna do some good old log pressing. So let's get that done today.
I think one of the fun parts about strongman, or at least the most time-consuming parts of the sport, is that it takes quite a bit to set up for every single one of these events that we're doing and we're training for them. It's a lot of taking these big pads out and throwing off the logs and whatnot. But I also have to make sure that I'm equipped, since I'm competing in a very equipped sport. I got to make sure that I got my sleeves on, my wraps on, my perfect shoes on, my belts on, so that way that I'm going to be completely ready for the actual events themselves. And then after that, I have to start warming up with the actual implements, wearing the stuff that I have to wear too. So generally for me, I'm going to make sure I'm doing a lot of active stretching or active warm-ups, where I'm not doing a lot of static stretching where I'm just moving my body like here and there. Instead, I'm actually kind of picking up implements, doing rows, doing kind of sit-ups with them, doing all these kind of movements just to get the body warmed up, ready, moving, and ready to lift all these different kinds of implements that I'm going to be using, especially if you're doing a 1 rep max. Then after I've already kind of gotten a little bit of the, earlier active warm-ups done, I start doing some things like strict pressing, other kind of movement, just kind of get my body used to doing the movement of the clean and press itself, and then just do very slow strict pressing to kind of activate my delts, my chest, and my back.
Whenever you're working yourself up to a max, by the way, I highly recommend making sure to give yourself proper, ample warming up. I'm saying make sure that you get like some good, solid warm-ups in there. It's cold here, hence why the space heater's on there, so hence the whole warming up part. But you want to make sure that your entire body is ready for that kind of movement that's going to be happening over there. Especially if it's compound movements, whether it's squat, deadlift, bench press, or log press in this case. Warm up. Never skip your warm-ups. Never skip your active stretching. So far, I'm feeling pretty good. Here's the plan. You just did 185 pounds for just a few reps, just to make sure that I'm once again warmed up, everything is good. We're gonna jump it up by 20 pounds, 205 for a single. Then we'll do another 20 pounds after that, and I'm gonna try and max the RPE 9 max that I did of last week of 225 pounds. If that's feeling good, which I'm assuming it's going to, I might bump it up by another 5 to 10 pounds to see if I can hit 230, 235, and then kind of work my way down from there. So once again, I'm only a week and a half out. You don't want to truly max out when you're this close to a contest. So you kind of just want to make sure that it still feels good enough that you could probably hit it without killing yourself. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead, throw an extra 20 pounds on this, and then start working on our 1 reps.
Now that I've gotten myself properly fully warmed up, this is when I start to actually equip all of my stuff right now. So I'm getting my knee sleeves on, I'm getting my elbow sleeves on. I'm even going to start wrapping up my wrists as well within later sets to make sure that everything is good and tight.
So far, so good. 205 felt like it went up pretty well there. So what we're gonna do now is give myself a nice 2-minute rest, and then I'll add another 20 pounds onto this, and I'll try to match my, so far, kind of a PR of 225 that I did last week. If that goes up smoothly, we're putting the weight up. Let's go and hit that.
And now I kind of go through this ritualistic behavior of making sure that everything is fully good. I'm putting myself in the mindset of making sure that my body is about to go through pretty much a bit of hell here, as I have to go through the mental effect of lifting before I actually pick up the implement itself. So it's a lot of telling myself that I'm going to do this, that I'm going to be pushing through this, that I'm going to put my body through this. And I'm doing all of this while I'm equipping everything. So getting the belt on, the sleeves, and now the wrist straps on, so I could make sure that everything is fully there and ready to lift all this weight. And it's a lot of pacing around and just really putting myself in that mindset of lifting this implement and then going for it afterwards.
Okay, 225 happened, which meant that I matched my PR, but I kind of grinded out that press. I'm still gonna put 235 on there, and we'll see how it feels like once it's on my once it's in the rack position. And then if I get it up to the rack, I'm not gonna try grinding it, because that felt like I was already grinding it there. It needs to just go up smoothly, and then I'll know I'll have it. So we'll see how it feels like in that transitional moment between the actual rack position and getting it to that press. And I'll kind of decide whether or not to just go, nope, just drop it. Because I think if I add 10 pounds to it, that'll be my contest PR. That's what I'll go for at the contest. I can really, really push myself. But again, I'm a week and a half out. I don't want to destroy my body when I'm this close to the contest. So it's kind of like a keep it dangerous, but not too dangerous. Don't redline yourself. Just be prepared to mentally and physically push yourself to that limit. So I'm still gonna throw 10 pounds on there. We'll see how it feels like in the rack position. If it doesn't go up smoothly immediately, don't grind it out, just drop it and save that for the contest. That's good. I got that for sure next week. Whew. Okay, so that actually went exactly as planned. Like I was saying beforehand, I wasn't going to try and grind it out. I got it to about that halfway point on the pressing motion. And from there, I could feel that if I was really pushing at it, I could grind that rep out. But once again, I'm only a week and a half out. So that's gonna be my contest number that I'm hitting next week. Going to PR that log for sure. I just didn't want to make sure that I like completely destroyed myself when I'm this close to the contest. But you know, the rack itself felt pretty good. The clean felt pretty good. The press, I'm like, okay, that's going up next week, 100% for sure. So, gonna have to put this whole thing away and do a couple of upper body accessories to make sure that I'm nice and fit and ready for the contest. So, I appreciate you guys sticking around for my max log attempt, you know, and for really just sticking around for this channel. You know, you guys are fantastic, especially those that are following my shorts and commenting on there and giving any kind of advice. I love every bit of that. So if you want to give any advice, any comments, or anything that you want to see down there, let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And once again, follow my socials, because that's where I'm posting daily shorts of my workouts all the time that I'm putting over there at Leo J Gym on both Instagram and Threads. Love y'all. Mwah.